Before you go into hypnosis, just sit back, relax, and make yourself comfortable. Nobody wants anything, nobody needs anything. So just sit back and relax by beginning to let your whole body go loose, limp, and floppy. And as that happens, allow your eyelids to close, noticing that more of your awareness is on the sound of my voice and each word you hear. Now, there's no need to listen consciously, as your unconscious will listen for you. As you relax more and more, all sounds inside and out, bringing you deeper and deeper. Your conscious mind can listen in or drift to any thought. And as that happens, notice each thought leads to another thought as you breathe, each breath out bringing you deeper and deeper and even deeper. And as you continue to do that, just notice how you can relax the smallest muscles, those muscles in your eyelids, tiny muscles in your eyelids, relaxing so much so that if you were to try and open those eyes, you would find it difficult. But somehow that doesn't really matter. As you go deeper and deeper into this special relaxed state known as hypnosis. That's it. And as that continues, you begin to move that special quality of relaxation to the muscles of your forehead, smoothing out the muscles as you move that relaxation up over the top of your head, and before moving on down into the muscles of the neck, relaxing each muscle on the top of the head where the roots of each hair stands. More and more aware of those familiar feelings of relaxation as the muscles that support your heavy head relax. Neck muscles relaxing as you go deeper and deeper. And the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you go. That's it. Deeper and deeper. Becoming aware of sensations in your body. There may be a warmth, or perhaps a coolness, or even a tingling sensation, just as a physical sign that hypnosis has begun to happen. But I don't want you to go all the way down into a deep hypnotic trance until that relaxation has spread from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. That's it. And as that happens, notice how the comfort spreads into those shoulders. Will that relaxation into the right shoulder or the left shoulder first? Or maybe they will relax equally. I don't know. Very good. That relaxation spreading down through those arms, down through those arms to those hands, and all the way to those fingertips. Just notice the difference in those fingertips as those special sensations spread, moving down the spine, chest and belly, through the hips, down, deeper and deeper, and even deeper still. Those arms feel heavy, relaxed and heavy. As you breathe out, going even deeper, relaxation spreading into your thighs there, spreading into those thighs. That's it. And on down the calves and into those ankles and feet. All the way down from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. And as that continues to happen, perhaps the big toe on the right foot feels a little different to the left, or maybe the little toe on the left foot there is different to the little toe here. Perhaps all toes are relaxed equally as you enjoy this special relaxation that is your experience of hypnosis, where you make the changes that are right for you, accepting suggestions that are right for you. And there's no need to resist, as you can reject any suggestion, only accepting those changes that are right and proper for you. And now we're going to start on the important task of helping you become confident with females. So confident, in fact, that you will find yourself wondering from time to time if you always were confident with females. Because once upon a time you actually were totally confident with females. And it may be that you can find the vaguest memory of those times as you think about that right now, while you continue to relax. Those times might have been long ago, or they might have been more recent. I don't know. And I can only wonder. But I do know that when you were first born, you were confident with females. It would have been impossible for you not to be. So you already know deep in your unconscious mind how to feel confident with females. And anything you have done in the past is very easy to learn the second time around, even if it feels you have completely forgotten how to do it. But your unconscious mind never actually forgets the things that you do well, even though it might feel that the idea that you can be perfectly confident with women is a rather strange one, and yet strangely familiar if you allow it to be so. So just imagine for a moment how good you will feel as you talk to women, spend time with women, enjoy the company of women, and do all the things you want to do with women. And what a great moment it will be when you recognize that women like you. Many males have felt anxiety about women, and that anxiety has usually been learned while they were growing up. But it's an interesting thing that your unconscious mind can for a little while not want you to recognize that you are actually remarkably confident around women. It does this just because it has somehow been taught that it is not safe for you to be involved with women for some reason. But that lesson was learned such a long time ago that you cannot even remember it. Just as you cannot really remember that you were at first totally at ease with women. And because that lesson was learned a long time ago, it really is a valid old lesson. And it's easy for your unconscious to start using the original totally confident program again. And that is what you're doing today. You are getting totally confident programming to work again. So you're going to notice that over the coming days, weeks and months, you come steadily and steadily more and more at ease with women every day. And you're going to notice this change immediately, maybe slightly at first. And maybe you'll notice in the first time with a woman that you already know, perhaps just discovering that she seems different somehow. You may well smile to yourself as you recognize the truth that it is you who is different, that is you who are different, that is the totally confident program beginning to work again, quietly gaining strength in the background. And there's no need for you to wonder how it is happening. Just like there's no need to wonder how you remember a name when at one time you found it difficult. And then you're going to notice that somehow all females seem different to you from how they used to feel. Just ordinary people. Whether you're with young or old, or whether they're young or old, attractive or not so attractive, fat, thin, short, tall, however they are, they just seem like ordinary people, people that you can easily talk to and easily have fun with, people that you can feel at ease with, and because of this, they will feel at ease with you, and that feels good. Now I want you to imagine something vividly in your mind, in any way that works best for you. And it might be just a thought, or it may be a picture, or even a sound, or feeling. But just make it as vivid as you can. And it's you talking to a woman, feeling absolutely relaxed and at ease. That's what confidence is. Just invent it in your mind, right at this very moment. Just pretend it. Being at total ease with the most beautiful woman you can think of. And when you are pretending it, I want you to place the tip of your forefinger and thumb together and hold on to that feeling. That's it. And then just open your finger and thumb again. And now I want you to make that into a moving picture so you can see who you are talking to. See her smiling and nodding, obviously enjoying your company. And again, let me know you're imagining this by closing the tip of your finger and thumb together. The tip of your forefinger coming together, making a circle. Holding on to those images, sounds, feelings. That's right. Holding them together. That's excellent. And as you release them, now, let's make the same scene really vivid. I want you to add some scenery and some sounds, other people. As you are steadily feeling more and more confident, and she's very evidently enjoying and excited your company. You can see it in her smile, her body language. And once again, placing the forefinger and thumb together, holding that. That's good. Perfect. Now as you release the thumb and forefinger again, I want you to imagine yourself on your own with this woman. And you can choose the place and what is happening there. It's entirely up to you what place you choose and what you are doing there. And I don't need to know what it is. And as you look even more confident and feel more confident and happy as you enjoy that experience, because she does too. She looks as if she's really enjoying what you are doing and feeling. And once again, holding your thumb and forefinger together. Really imagining that. Making it really vivid as you can. Pretending whatever you want to pretend. That's it. Just wonderful. And now you have a secret weapon. A secret weapon that will instantly magnetize you, creating those feelings that you have been practicing today. Because the more you practice, the better you become. And from this day forwards, all you have to do to find those feelings, to magnetize yourself, is to practice by just touching the tip of your forefinger and your thumb. And nobody will even know you are doing it. And that secret signal will be assigned to your unconscious mind to create once again those feelings. Those feelings will become your invisible magnetism that have always been there and that you have always known how to feel. And today you can be certain that you have started to totally become confident, totally programming yourself again, magnetizing yourself, because every time you place your thumb and forefinger together, you will have a reminder of how much confidence you have programmed. And from this day forward, all you ever need to do, if you want a confidence boost and to magnetize yourself, is to simply touch the tip of your forefinger to the tip of your thumb and magnetize yourself, being more magnetic to women. You are more magnetic to women. You are more magnetic to women now. When you are ready, in your own time, in your own way, bring all the energy back into your body. As you come back to full awareness, magnetize. Bring yourself and all your energy back into the room in your own way, in your own time, easily.